Hello and welcome back to another episode of the RotoWire Fantasy Soccer Podcast. My name is Andrew Laird, Senior Soccer Editor of RotoWire. Joined on this Monday, October 19th by Luis Pacheco, because it's finally Champions League time. Luis, welcome back.
We're the champions.
Unfortunately, neither of our teams were actually champions last year, although yours came much closer because it was actually in the competition.
Yeah, it's okay. Everybody's a loser, but whoever wins, which I forgot now, but it was Bayern Munich, right?
That's right.
We play tomorrow against them, so yeah.
I will say that it felt like a Champions League where like Bayern felt like the best team in the world last year. So at least we had that.
I think they peaked at the right time.
Yeah.
I mean, they look like a steamroller. I mean, that match against Barcelona was incredible. And then PSG had their chances, but it's not it was tough call against a very, very well drilled team. So, we'll see this year. There's always next season, right?
That's right. For those who are watching us on YouTube, because we are doing some videos now, first off, thank you for watching. And if you could please subscribe to the YouTube channel. You can find it very easily on youtube.com/RotoWire. And for those who are listening to the regular audio podcast, thank you for listening. And if you could please rate and review the podcast wherever you listen, we'd be greatly appreciative. So, Luis, we've got 6 games tomorrow. Some of them are close, and some of them are very much not. And as you said just before we started, some of the prices are a bit laughable. And when I first went in to the prices, and it's like, all right, you see Messi and Neymar and Mbappe up top, and you're like, okay, it's going to be one of these slates where you're just going to have to choose. And then all of a sudden it was like, wait a minute, did they post these before they even knew who the matchups were? Because at least from what I can tell, Leipzig are ridiculously underpriced to the point where you start to wonder how much Leipzig can even fit in. But even the non-Messi Barcelona pieces are pretty cheap, although I'm not sure how many we really want in that case.
It just depends, right? Like it's I'm with you. Like I saw, especially the Bundesliga salaries, they look pretty soft considering that both teams are heavy favorites. And if you think about it, like PSG and Man United, they're kind of high. So I say, well, maybe because they are not doing as much interleague slates, it's just mostly EPL and sprinkle some Bayern Munich and on some Bundesliga. But I mean, I would say Barcelona seems kind of like fairly priced for their performance in the league. But, the matchup is pretty soft. So in that case, it's something that, Messi at 11,000 makes sense and be the most expensive player. I mean, he's not playing as well as before. I mean, when I say as well for fantasy as we wanted to, he's taking more like a controller role, but still is Messi and still is it's like probably the weakest team on the slate. So
I mean, just looking at some of these odds, it's like when you stop playing Champions League for a while. Or when you get later in the season when like the games are pretty close, you kind of forget that we get these gross mismatches early on, and even like the move to like get some of the big 5 European leagues more spots and make it harder for smaller teams to get in. Like eventually we're going to have these like Barcelona are actually, the odds are coming down from them. They were minus 2,000 on DraftKings Sportsbook yesterday. It's now minus 1430, but I mean it's still like a 85%.
Was that like 98% probability?
It was like 94 to 89 now. So like it's closing, but like Leipzig over 75%. PSG is like a big favorite at home against Manchester United, who are dealing with a couple injuries that you could even argue might help them a little bit, but. And then we have Rennes against Krasnodar from Russia. That's about as far of a trip as you can make for those two. Chelsea, slight home favorite against Sevilla, and then Dortmund favorite away to Lazio. Yeah. That game should be really fun, though. It's like...
Yeah, Lazio hasn't been good at the start of the season, and Dortmund is a decent team. Prices are good, too, but as you say before, like it feels that I'm going to start doing the research. I say I'm going to need more time because there are 6 matches, and I started with the Rennes, Krasnodar, and then I say, you know what, you can make a perfectly fine lineup for cash, just stacking Barcelona, Leipzig,
Yep.
Sprinkle your favorite player here and there, and you'll be fine. So it's like, well, I spent all this time for nothing, but anyhow, just for the YouTube, right? So for the video. So anyhow, I'm with you. So like I feel. Like Sancho at 6,900 is not bad. Marco Roy is supposed to start. 6,000 is not bad, but then you see the prices of, like, for example, Nkunku 6,800 is not bad. Angelino only 5,900 for a defender takes the pieces in a heavy favorite game, and then, what is happening to Manchester United? I mean, is Maguire injured or something? Some COVID stuff? Or?
Yeah, Maguire's out. Greenwood is out, although that I don't know how much you really need to.
Yeah,
you're not changing any lines.
Maguire and Kepa are kind of like price for the biggest boss, right?
Right.
Maguire, my God. Yeah.
Yeah. So I know that. So Maguire's out and Bailly is out, so they're going to have to play Lindelof and possibly Tuanzebe, if that's even how you say his name.
I'm not sure. I'm sure he's going to play Matic at center back.
That's what I was thinking. Yep.
I won't think. I mean, knowing what he did last time, he's going to play like as many defenders as he can get in there. So.
I mean, against PSG, it certainly makes sense. But they they obviously have Pogba, and I wonder if Van de Beek will get a start if they try to clog it up more with like Fred and McTominay. I mean, it's like.
I don't think McTominay is going to play too. So, yeah.
It's just like when you think of like just listen to the names of guys that we're talking about, and those are the ones who are in charge of slowing down Neymar, Mbappe, Di Maria. It's like I'm not sure you really need to worry about. I mean, really, I would have loved to have played Neymar. You obviously always want to play Neymar if he's on the slate. Di Maria actually looks pretty cheap, just compared to the other guys. I don't know if it's because he hasn't played in 4 games because of his Ligue 1 suspension, but I don't know.
Yeah, no, it is. I mean, I'm with you. I think PSG, Manchester United is kind of like the breaker game because, as you say, Neymar is such a great fantasy producer. Like, if you say today, if I have to play one of Messi or Neymar, with let's say both have the same matchup. I will go with Neymar now because Neymar is, for our game, for fantasy, is much more productive. He's in a team that is more built for him. He has better tools around. Barcelona is kind of in transition. But in this particular slate, I mean, you have Barcelona against a new team. And I always say this, and I have said it like several times here. One thing is, like, people take Messi for granted. Until you see a Messi playing against a team that never play against him, it's like ridiculous. It's like they don't know where he is. He does whatever he wants. If you go back to the logs, whenever it's like a small team for like Celtic or any team that comes to Barcelona to play, first time they see Messi playing, it's like the guy always scored like 30, 40 points. I don't know this year, but it is a matter of like, the Barcelona pitch, the Nou Camp is huge. And you get a team that is not used to defend because most of the Champions League teams for the smaller leagues are the bigger team on their league, so they are not used to defend. So it's
biggest
kind of
team
like,
in Hungary doesn't go as far.
Yeah, exactly. So you get a bigger team in Hungary, which is, but they're used to win their games, and so now they're gonna be asked to be more defensive than, let's say, I don't know, like the smaller team in Spain. So that's when it's like, oh God, I mean, can you really play Messi? And then it's like you get to the argument: are you going to play Ansu Fati or are you going to play Neymar? I mean, so it's just a matter of like, it feels like a good lineup is a stack of Barcelona players, but you can definitely throw some flair there, if you want to call it, as I do with Neymar, maybe Sancho, maybe Royce. So we'll see what happens. So.
Is there?
So let's see.
Do you have? I want to take your past biases out of it. Is there really no consideration for Antoine Griezmann at 5,900?
I can do Antoine Griezmann.
He's been really, really bad.
I mean, it's just I was a huge fan of Antoine Griezmann, and then he left. Now he's in the enemy. But being true to him, he plays more for the team. Like you see the difference between Antoine Griezmann playing for France and Antoine Griezmann playing for Barcelona. So he sacrificed himself. He opened space for everybody else. Saying that, even though 6,000 is enticing, I just feel like, I'd rather play Royce for 6,000. So, I'm going to say no to Griezmann, but I'm okay with Ansu Fati and Lionel Messi, both. So, I think you have to play Messi in cash for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So, even though his high salary, as I say before, he still take some of the set pieces. He's still, he's Lionel Messi, and you know that, he's going to take the penalty shots or whatever it is. And these are the games, and they like, even though they say they don't care, Ronaldo and Messi use this game to pad their stats. Oh, another 5 goals. So you know how that goes. So I would say Messi for sure. I
assume the popular build is simply Messi and Kunku if Nkunku starts. There's talk that he's not, but it just seems like...
I saw the lineups on UEFA, and they don't have him in there, but I feel he's going to be Forsberg, which I don't mind, but Forsberg is a little bit more expensive, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So let me see.
I think he's just in midfield too, right? Yeah, he's just midfield.
Sorry. So all right. So let's go through the forwards. All right. Let's say Messi. Then, I will do Neymar if you can, which I guess you can, but I'm not sure how that goes. I think Luis Alberto is not a bad play, but it's pricey to be, not to be favored at home.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna skip him.
It's just so tough to do anything of like value against Dortmund.
Yeah.
Like that.
You remember? Yeah, exactly. Go ahead. Yeah.
Like that game could have a ton of goals in it, but it also could have just like no peripheral points because they just kind of hold the ball and they don't cross. If Dortmund has possession, they don't do much with that possession in terms of fantasy points. They don't take a lot of shots. They don't cross a lot. We need Lazio to have the ball a lot so that Luis Alberto can go crazy, but I don't know.
Yeah, and also I feel that, Champions League, teams that play away, they don't want to lose the game. So it's kind of like more conservative, even if they favor. And, obviously Dortmund have this incredible counter. You remember last year, the first podcast, we had this kid called Erling Haaland.
4,200.
4,000. Yeah, 4,200 for RB Leipzig, or RB Salzburg, actually.
Salzburg,
and, we remember he scored 9 goals against Guatemala in like a funny game. And it's like, well, I think this kid's going to be good. I still think he's going to be good. I don't know what you think.
Yeah, he's okay.
Now it's 8,000, so I won't play him. And then we have the Edin Visca in here at 7,000. I think that's unplayable.
I would, to be honest, when I saw the slate, like before I looked at prices, which obviously Leipzig, like I don't know how they price this, but I was expecting him to be like 5,700, and I thought to myself, I'm not sure I really want to pay that because they're such a big underdog. And at 77, it was like there was just no thought at all.
Yeah. I don't think. As you say, I'd rather play Di Maria or Neymar than Edin Visca. Then I like Ansu Fati just because of he seems to perform. And again, we're talking about the Hungarian champion. They haven't been in Champions League in 20 years, something like that. I don't remember, but. Then we have the Chelsea guys, which I feel Chelsea can attack, or Sevilla is a tough team. So why go in there?
That's exactly how I felt.
It's just they're reasonable price, and you can make a USA team if you want. You can put Pulisic, Gio Reyna maybe starts. It's not slated to start, but he might be. And then you have Tim Adams or Tony Adams. I forgot his first name. Tyler, sorry, something with T. T. Adams, sorry. All right, so then
and Dest.
Definitely Nkunku. So I will go Nkunku over Ansu Fati just because The price is great. I mean, you can play both if you want.
Yeah. But you nailed it on the Chelsea thing. It's like they seem okay price-wise. They certainly look attractive when you're comparing them to Messi or the PSG guys. But like, why are you like voluntarily putting yourself into a game against Sevilla, even if it's in England? Like, those games are just brutally disgusting to watch because Sevilla just does such a good job of shutting everything down.
Yeah. Then we have what like there is Chapi Suleimanov supposedly or wonders on the Krasnodar guys. I won't go there. I mean, it just makes no sense to me.
None. Wanderson's out, so
yeah,
they're actually having some COVID issues.
Oh, they do have to. So yeah, so think about it. So it's like so everything else. Then we have the Sevilla guys, which is they're not a bad salary, but for this late makes no sense.
Yeah.
Also, Suso doesn't play more than 70 minutes. Ocampos hasn't been playing much. He's just coming back for international break. And he's still Chelsea away from home, so I won't go there.
Yeah, I actually was price-wise more willing to try the Sevilla guys only because when you see Chelsea give up 3 goals to Southampton and West Brom, like Sevilla, if they wanted to, could put them up. I'm just not sure they're going to try to attack that much, but at least you get the price break.
Yeah, you get the price break. No, I agree. I mean, I will pick, obviously, Chelsea have a lot of issues in defense, and, Suma is not playing well, and Rudiger or is Thiago Silva still trying to, adjust to the new team. And so, yeah.
And it might be Kepa. There.
Yeah, it might be Kepa, might be Kepa, which is, like, we don't know. I'm sure it's going to be Mendy. I think Kepa
I think so, too.
Is unless, he has something different going on. So anyhow, I won't go anywhere else. I mean, then you have the Manchester United guys. You can have Edinson Cavani revenge, but why?
I think he's going to be out.
Yeah, I don't think he's traveling. Yeah, but we have seen this movie. We saw Manchester United against PSG. I think it was a couple of years ago when Manchester United won at the end because Marquinhos hit a hand.
Yeah. 2 years ago? No, because PSG won it last year.
I don't know anything before pre-COVID. I don't even know who I was. So anyhow, but it's like Manchester United all Gunnar Solskjaer is gonna defend. He's gonna defend, trying to find some speed with maybe Martial, maybe Rashford, but that's it. So, so that's what I think there's ball, PSG. So I will understand playing Neymar and Di Maria or both.
Yeah, I'm okay with the United guys in GPPs.
Yeah.
But cash, I just don't see why you need to go there.
Yeah. Yeah, like for example, like if we go to the midfielders, like which is a good transition, like Bruno Fernandez is 9,600, and I love him because of his fantasy producer. But in this match, at that price, makes no sense.
Right. I would have played him at 9,600 if he was still a Sporting against Manchester United, but I'm not playing him for Manchester United against PSG.
Yeah. Then then we have Then I like Coutinho. I think the price is a little bit high, but as I say, he's taking some set pieces, and like again, it's a very very weak opponent.
Yeah.
Not sure if I'm hoping that Nkunku plays because Forsberg is a little bit pricey for my taste at 8,000. I'm not sure if I have enough money to play him. So
I think
let's say I want Messi, Neymar line now. Let's see what happens.
I think if Nkunku doesn't start, it pushes you if there's locks in Angelino more than pushes you to Forsberg.
Yeah, I think so. I think that definitely. I mean, I don't mind. Daddy Olmo is not bad.
Yeah.
At that price, you have Benjamin Borigot at 7,800, which takes on set pieces, but I'm not sure if 7,800 in that matchup feels a little bit rich. So.
The way that I was looking at it is I actually think that's a good price for him, but there are just better prices that I don't think it fits. But like if he finishes tomorrow with like 17 floor points, like you can't be surprised, but it's like 17 floor points at that price actually might not be enough because if like Coutinho scores or Forsberg or I'm probably not playing SMS, but if Milinkovic Savic gets in, like it just, and Danny Olmo, you said, like they're just guys here that make it hard to go there.
It just makes no sense to me. I mean, I feel that it depends. As I said, if you want Messi, Neymar, you're gonna have to go cheap in midfielders, and none of these guys. I mean, I will play Gio Reyna. I think Gio Reyna might be a lot. He starts because he takes all the set pieces, and for 5,000 being favor. I mean, we just saw Sampdoria destroying them, so I would be okay with that.
I was much more willing to pay for Reyna than Sancho.
Yeah, exactly. Then I mean, sadly, so I will go cheap here. So Reyna is great. Rafael Guerrero at 4,400. It's sad that he's not defender anymore, but 4,000 is not a bad price for him.
Yeah.
In a game that might attack. Thomas Meunier, I forgot how to say it, but I mean, again, for 4,200, I mean, sadly, they lose the defensive eligibility, but for cheap midfielders, not bad. I like, I think if Joan Jordan plays, or Jordan, I mean, I don't know how in English, Jordan usually, but, but we can say Jordan.
It's funny. I was gonna ask you about him just because you're obviously much more well versed. Well, really on all these guys, but I was gonna say with La Liga, he seems like the classic boring set piece taker that that we try not to play, and then you look and he's got 14 points, and you're just like, oh, there he is again.
Yeah, it's just this guy is he's one of those midfielders. He's not he's kind of box to box, but instead of in box to box, it's like mid to box. I mean, the good thing he has is he's a good. I mean, his long range shooting is good, and his passing is great. So that's the reason he takes set pieces, right? So, he gets some corners against a very weak defense. Then you get a couple of shots from outside the box. I mean, you get 8 points for someone that might have some upside than taking corners, which is great. I mean, and for looking at the logs from Sevilla, he might be in corners. Even if Rakitic starts, he might be in corners. So it's a good player to have for that price. I mean, you can get I wanna play Camavinga, but Camavinga's almost 5,000. So you're gonna get better production from Camavinga than for Jordan. I'm not sure.
Is Jordan our present day Danny Parejo, or is Parejo better?
Parejo takes PKs, but they're similar. I mean, actually, current Parejo doesn't have a set piece monopoly anymore.
That's true.
Yeah, so he's kind of he's been a little bit bad now. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think for midfielders, I mean, if you want two cheap guys, I will go with the two Dortmund wingers. I will put Jordan in there if you want to go with the Neymar lineup. If there is a possibility that Trincao starts, I don't know if people understand me, Trincoo. He's for Barcelona now. He used to play Sporting Braga.
He's really young too, isn't he?
We talk about Griezmann being so bad, so it might be that Trincao gets a chance since this is the Cinderella team of the group. I mean, he's 3,500, for a winger in Barcelona, bring it in, right?
Yeah, easy play.
Yeah, so all right, so let's say a good Neymar. I'm gonna do Jordan, and I'm gonna do Jordan, so people don't yell at me. And let's do Guerrero, just in case. All right. I have Neymar, Messi. I'm sorry. I mean, I forgot some people don't like me doing lineup, so I won't stop there. Right.
The Neymar Messi start is always a good one, though.
Those are tough.
In terms of the Chelsea forwards seem like they are priced appropriately in a tougher matchup, but the midfielders are really expensive. Ziyech at 9,100, Havertz at 84. I guess Mount was a little cheaper. Where is he?
Yeah,
Mount
is 6,900. Yeah, I haven't paid attention to that. I went straight down but
we always play Hakim Ziyech in the Champions League.
Yeah. Well, but he hasn't. Has he played a minute for Chelsea? Not yet, right?
Yeah. He played last weekend. He took 2 corners. 2 corners off the bench.
I mean, for 9,000, I mean, it's sad to say this, but it's crazy. You can play him, but
no.
I I mean, it's just everybody. I mean, I like Ziyech, definitely. He's in consideration. But
I think you
it's
just
tough.
compare all of them to Coutinho and just say, what are the odds that Barcelona likely scores 4 goals, and Coutinho is not involved, and somehow Chelsea score enough where either Havertz or Ziyech get involved. Like you said, I don't know why you would buy into that.
Yeah, I just keep just because I mean there is a lot of players here that in any other slate I would like to talk about it and play. Like for example, like I think Adam Marusic is not bad. Maybe Pjanic or Rafinha start. Rafinha did pretty well for PSG this weekend. Thiago's brother. He's 5,200. He took set pieces, but if Neymar is playing,
Yeah.
I mean, he's not going to take it, or
Yeah.
Di Maria, right? So for 5,000 for someone that you don't know how it's going to be, I have a hard time doing. Jorginho's taking the penalty. Well, he missed one right last time. So I don't know
he's taken since then.
Yeah. I don't know what else. I mean,
it's really not a lot.
There's not much there. I mean, I don't mind Victor Claassen.
He should be on
Swedish,
sets, or could be.
Yeah, could be on sets. Depends if Shapula Plus doesn't play. But I mean, for 3,900, someone cheap. But I mean, I feel Rafael Guerrero or even Thomas Meunier are much better.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, considering the circumstances.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what else. So, that's the reason I skip over the Chelsea midfielders. I do think that midfield seems like a waste field in general. In fact, if you want to play Neymar and Messi together, if you don't want to play Neymar and Messi, well, go. I would say Barcelona, Coutinho seems like a good play. You can do Frankie de Jong if you want a cheap guy that might give you some upside. I mean, I'd rather not, but you can do it. So I just keep it straight to defenders. I think there are 2 defenders that you might want to play in cash, which is our we talk about Angelino. The other one is Ben Chilwell. I feel even though it's Chelsea at home is favored, he's taking the set pieces. He's doing pretty well, and he's only 5,000. So you can 5,200.
Yeah.
So those 2 guys seems above the rest. I don't know. I mean, there is one cheap guy that I'm gonna play. I think, even in UTL or in my defense, which is Jordi Alba is out, so it's gonna be Junior Firpo. He's only 3,100.
Yeah.
So he's cheaper than center back, cheaper than Piqué, cheaper than Lenglet, cheaper than. I mean, I think he's kind of like is cheapest than. Even Lawrence is cheapest that some of the defenders on the bad teams. So.
Yeah, the only other cheap one that we might get is Mitchell. Was it Bakker from PSG?
He's
only 34.
I think it's gonna be Kurzawa, but
Kurzawa is only 39, so it's not like whoever we get for that other side for PSG is going to be cheap.
Yes, there are some defenders that are cheap that might give you upside. I agree with you. I like Baker. I didn't know he was going to play. I think, like, for example, it seems that Marcos Acuna is going to start. For people that don't know him, he used to take set pieces in Sporting Lisbon. He's not doing it in Sevilla, but, he's just new. And, he's still adjusting to the team. Hasn't been good the first 2-3 games. But, we know him. He's usually... a guy that is going to whip it in, and we can have some. For 3,700, you can go there.
I was gonna say we've definitely considered him at like 5,200, so 37 seems nice.
Yeah. What else? I mean, I don't mind Emre Can as a defender. Now you get like the extra bonus point. I won't go there.
No, he's suspended.
Yeah, I won't go there.
What about his Piliqueta 4,000? I mean, I know it's Sevilla, but they should probably play James anyway. But
I mean, if it's James, I like James. I'm not sure how much is James. I didn't put it in here, but
that's because he's 5,600.
Oh, yeah.
Like if he's 5,600 and Chill was 52, I just don't see how you play James.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's like I want Angelino and Chilwell. I think those 2 should be decent. producers. And then if you need and then there is a lot of them that can be utils. I mean, I don't know if you like anyone better than. I mean, it feels you're not into Ben Chilwell as much as I am. So, do you like anyone else at that salary, midfielder or forward, that you will plug in, or it's just missing up your lineup? Tell me what's going on, because
it was more that I just wasn't building for two expensive defenders.
Yeah.
Although it's funny, since you're the one playing two expensive defenders and you also have Neymar and Messi. So, I don't know. Is there... I mean, I suppose there is a big enough difference between Chilwell and like Jesus Navas, who is the original cross donkey for us. But,
yeah.
I don't know. I don't see a reason... Like, I'm not sure Chilwell definitely has set pieces or enough of them if Ziyech starts. And that, I just that Chelsea set piece situation just seems very fluid. Like, I don't think Chilwell has started with James yet. I could be wrong about that, but
let me see.
I don't know. I
don't know, but it's like Mount is gone. Like last two matches, Mason Mount is not taking corners.
Yeah.
Ziyech took two, which I sure he will definitely eat on Chilwell's number. So. I mean, you're right. If CX stars or James stars, kind of like takes it down. But seeing the lineup and seeing that, I feel that, will Lampard play CX with just 10 minutes against a difficult opponent? It's possible, but, I feel that he's going to keep trusting in Pulisic and Havertz and Werner, maybe. I don't know. Mount. So, but, as I say, if the lineup is like last weekend, I will play Chilwell. If it's not, definitely will be a pivot there. So
I will say that the defenders in that range, like I'm not going to play Florenzi even. Like
no, I like Florenzi, but no, I don't think it makes sense to.
But
play.
I mean, Alex Telles at 5,300 if he got his first start would be. I mean, Telles is another one. He's just like Ziyech. Like we see him on the Champions League. We're like, oh yeah, I remember that guy.
But now it's Bruno playing this game. So we haven't seen Telles playing with Bruno. So.
Yeah, but like Luke Shaw took, I think he took at least one or two corners last week. I mean, last week, 2 days ago. Bruno still takes most of them anyway. But at least you can say that like Chilwell, Navas, Angelino. I guess I would put Dest in this range, but they're certainly better than the 5,000 midfielders. Like you're going to play them instead of Pogba or Pjanic, maybe not, given the matchup. Although he doesn't take any sets at this point. But like, there's just such a dearth of midfielders that at least there are defenders we can play pretty much at every price level. So they at least provide some salary relief if we wanted it to.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. No, I agree. That makes sense. I mean, I feel like as a catch-22 or a phrase like it. I think Angelino and Chilwell are in. Chilwell in the right conditions are the best floors we have. Then the high price. I mean. Florenzi, I don't mind because Florenzi has some upside scoring goals against a weak Manchester United defense, especially a weak left side, which we saw over and over again how Luke Shaw or Brandon Williams, they're being really bad, and Maguire's not doing well either, and then So I will say those, and then you have a plethora of defenders under 4,000 that you can mix and match to your utility, right?
Yeah.
I think that, and then what about goalkeeper? I think there is you can. I mean, obviously, just saying what Blender says, you can play whoever you want, but I see you. I mean, I can play for embarrassed goalkeeper with no problem. I mean, I know he's going to be. I mean, it's going to be peppered with shots probably, and I don't mind Sevilla goalkeeper at that price.
Yep, I agree with that. 4,300.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, you could play whoever the Krasnodar guy is, only because that game should have the fewest goals in it.
Yeah. That's not bad either, yeah.
I just don't see a build where you end up with money for Neto or Gulashi.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I mean, you could, but I feel like, you have a goalkeeper against Barcelona. I mean, he's at home. It's kind of like those matches as Portugal against Andorra or Faroe Islands, right? It's like, he might get 8 goals. Well, not 8, but, just bet 4 or 5 goals. Or maybe 10 save, and then you end up with 8 points, 6 points, and your money, right? Yeah. So, but it's if you don't want to play if you want to play, you can parlay Chilwell for a cheaper defender and a good goalie. I think you could play, let's say, Acuna or Bolingoli, Rafael, whatever defender in the cheap range, and then use those 1,000 or 1,600 to get a 5,000 goalie if you can. I'm not sure. I'd rather play the cheapest goalie. We'll see, right? I think I'm with you. Is CX stars is going to make me to consider a new decision on defender, on my second defender.
Yeah, I just don't see any situation. Obviously it could happen, but like if you play Neto or Gulashi, you're doing it because you're like they'll get the winning clean sheet, 10 points, that's it. But realistically, what is their ceiling? 14? There's no way that these guys end up making a ton of saves. And so when you're paying that much, you kind of want some upside on a. This is Champions League here where we're used to seeing a lot of goals. You usually need higher scores even in cash games, you need higher scores because the guys that we play for good floors are also the ones who score sometimes. And so the builds with the high price goalie, it just seems like they should all be relatively close to each other.
Yeah, it's just I feel the decision is that if you get Baker or Bakker, I don't know. If you get Baker, you can say, well, I'm going to play Baker and Firpo, and then I can play Neto or Gulashi if you feel that I want the 10 points. I don't want to deal with the roulette. Maybe Baker and Firpo will give me enough points to compensate for Chilwell, right? So, or whatever high expensive. If Chilwell doesn't, if Ziyech doesn't play, I guess. I don't know. It feels like Chilwell can score 10 points if he has set pieces pretty easily. I don't know. But that's good. All right, so that's all I have for today. Do we have salary for tomorrow? Not yet.
No,
right?
Heavens no. 10 o'clock tomorrow night.
Oh, we finally got the earliest slate. Oh,
who do you think is the highest scoring player on this slate? Forget about salaries. Who's going to score the most points? Is it Messi?
The most one, Messi.
And who's next?
I'm going to say it's going to be Neymar.
Oh, okay.
But I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I think Messi is going to be first. And then...
price-wise, they certainly think it's going to be those two.
Yeah, it feels that... it's like unless there is I don't see anyone scoring a bunch of goals outside those two.
Which is funny because I'm here looking at wondering if a GPP winning lineup actually starts Immobile and Haaland. And they both score twice and they're much cheaper than Neymar and Messi.
Absolutely.
And, not that we game stack much in soccer, but if there's a game to stack in this one, I feel like it's that one. More than PSG, Manchester United.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it feels Lazio and Dortmund, they have the over-under is relatively high. Not as high as PSG, though.
No.
And obviously, we're not going to even compare against Leipzig or Barcelona. You could argue that, Sabitzer is not supposed to start, but I find hard that Sabitzer is not going to start. Or you can say maybe Poulsen, maybe one of the Leipzig forwards can, because Leipzig scores a tons of points.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen a Turkish team traveling well in general. So so we can see that, but
it's a new one. We're not used to seeing this one. No Galatasaray or Fenerbahce.
I mean, it just feels that Barcelona, Coutinho can score a goal, maybe Ansu Fati score a goal, but Messi is involved. And in PSG, Mbappe is great. I mean, he might score the goals, but I don't feel Kylian Mbappe running on open space is unstoppable. But when he has to fight with like a close defense and that defend close to their box, he struggled. He struggled against Manchester United last time. He struggled with France in the last qualifier. I forgot who they played, but he's not as finesse player. Let's say Sancho, a guy that can dribble his way around. He's more of a power guy. Like his acceleration is incredible. But so in this case, I feel Manchester United is going to defend pretty close. So it's more a Neymar match. It feels that PSG is going to have a lot of volume considering how low Manchester United is going to play. So it feels like Neymar should be, or maybe even Di Maria, have a lot of crosses, shots and points, but then Neymar has the goal offside. So let me see the scoring odds of I know Messi is over 70%.
Yeah.
I think.
This Istanbul team is currently 20th in the Super League. They have 21 teams in Turkey, and they're 20th. Tough start to the season. But yeah, we've got Messi at 77 and Mbappe at 55.
Yeah, and then Ansu Fati 57. So yeah, that's the thing, right? To pay Mbappe, you go Ansu Fati, and he might even take some set pieces. So.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's the decision, right? Like you go Messi, Neymar, and a bunch of dudes with Angelino, obviously. Yep. Or you go stack Barcelona and Leipzig, and more balance. I think you can put Messi, Fati, Coutinho, and Kunku, Angelino, and then fill the rest of your lineup with whatever you can get in. That's all I have, man.
Yeah, it's weird. We just like you said, it was 6 games, and we're like, oh, we need to do a lot here. And I thought to myself, this is going to be a very long podcast. And then the odds and the prices, it's just like Barcelona and RB Leipzig are going to be really popular, but that's probably where we should all go anyway.
Yeah.
All right. Anybody has any follow-up questions for Luis? You can find him on Twitter at Pacheco. You can find me at RotoWire Andrew. We're also available, me more than Luis because it's actually my job, in the RotoWire Discord, which is open for all subscribers. Just go to rotowire.com/chat to join. As a reminder, if you are watching this on YouTube, if you could just hit the subscribe button down there, or at least a like on the video, we'd greatly appreciate it. And for all of you audio listeners, to rate and review wherever you listen. So, Luis, thank you, and good luck tomorrow.
You too, man. Also, one more thing: if you click on the bell on YouTube, it tells you when there's a new video. So
look at this.
Yeah, so
click that bell too.
That's
all right.
nice. I did. Yeah, I knew that. I learned that a couple of weeks ago.
Perfect. All right. Thank you, sir.
All right, man. Take it easy.